Welcome back to Mastery Object-Oriented Programming. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to protect our data and control access like a pro with a concept called encapsulation. Remember, from our first video, we said encapsulation as a pillar of object-oriented programming enables security. In the last video, we implemented a code to mimic an employee roles. So as an employee has a name, ID, position, and action, like it works. So, but the data was public. Anyone can have access to our data. What is not very good, efficient for a system for our data? We need data privacy, data security, so that someone outside the class, outside the system, cannot have access, cannot read or update the data without our permission. So encapsulation helps us to fulfill this need. So encapsulation is the idea of bundling data and behavior together and hiding the internal details from the outside world. So as I said, why use encapsulation? Encapsulation helps us keep our code secure, organized, and easy to maintain. So in a nutshell, what kind of benefits we can have from using encapsulation? We protect sensitive data, prevents unwanted changes, centralizes rules and logic, makes debugging easier. So we protect sensitive data, what is very important. Then how do we access it? Last video, we used public. Public was, as it means, it's accessible to everyone. But in the case of encapsulation, our data will be private. And as you can see on the screen, we have an example of a bank account that we are going to use to explain with practical examples. So to reach encapsulation, we are going to, as the access modifier is going to be private. So why private? Used for data that must stay hidden, like passwords, balances, or internal calculations. Public, public used for functions or data you want the outside world to use, like getting a profile, triggering an action. Protected is a mix between public and private, only accessible by the class its derived classes. Inheritance, where a subclass inherits all the functions, the attributes of the class. So then how do we access the data within a class? We will access it by using two methods, getters and setter. So use getter and setter to read and update private data. Imagine in this case we can have get mail, set mail, phone. We are going to take a practical example of encapsulation. So I've been written a code for a while to explain the concepts of object-oriented programming. Don't be scared. The code is not too long. So encapsulation is an application of hiding our data access and to make it private. So our example is we create a class called bank account. In the bank account, we are going to apply encapsulation. Well, here with a private. So here, as we say, we first create our attributes. What are our attributes here? Our attributes are the owner of the bank account and the balance. So those two data are very sensitive and it must be protected, secured, so that anyone outside the owner of the account cannot see the amount of the balance of the account. Well, so that's why in our attributes, as we said, we have the owner name and balance. We make it private. Private data hidden from outside world. Then here it's private. You can see here, I wrote it private. Then our attributes, they are all private, encapsulated. Then we have our public. We say our public, anyone can have access. So it means everything that I've written below or within public can be accessed by anyone. Then we have the constructor. Why the constructor? It is to create accounts. Below the bank account constructor, we have written get methods to read the private data. So if we want to read this private data, this operation can only be done within the class. And to do so, we need the get methods. So here we create a function, string get name, is to return the owner name. It means outside the class, if we want to know who is the owner of this bank account, we have to call the get name because we don't know the name of the owner. So the data, because the data is being secured. Also do the same with the balance. We do the same thing with the get name, get balance, then we can get it. And we have the set method. The set method allows us to update the data. The account owner's name is John. Then we use the set methods to change the private data with validation. So if here we want to change the account owner's name, we can use set method only within the class. And then here we have void, deposit, withdraw, show accounts. These are the building blocks, the action that our class called bank account is going to do. You can deposit your money, you can withdraw your money. Here within deposit, we will give it an amount. If the amount is greater than 0, we update the balance.